guys, today we're diving right back in where we left off in my living room. I'm starting with the garland on the mantle, and I'm including most of the footage to show exactly how I put it together. I've already had many questions from guests and a few pictures that I've posted online, so I just really felt like this might be helpful to someone who wants to know how to put a garland together that's like this. However, if you don't want to see this process, you can go ahead and skip to the 10-minute mark. These are the Kirkland's Norfolk Pine Real Feel garlands that I purchased 6 of last year. I'm using 4 plain strands and 2 pre-lit berry strands.
Kissing just you and me. Carolers are singing outside our door. Lovely songs we all heard before as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day. Oh, a Merry Christmas Day. Oh, we're tracing snowflakes as they're falling down and follow Rudolph all across the town. Lady with me under the mistletoe.
I'm using zip ties to secure each one of these strands together, and I don't place the zip ties until I have them laid in the position that I want them to stay. So you'll see me constantly arranging each piece and getting it exactly where I want it before I secure it with a zip tie.
Singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day.
Here I'm just screwing anchor hooks into the wall. These hooks are very tiny and the screw hole is very small. So the hole that it's going to leave in the wall is going to be very minute. I can easily touch it up with just a little bit of DAP and then lightly touch it up with a tiny little paintbrush after the holidays. So it's really not a big deal and you'll never notice it. So I end up evenly spacing 3 hooks across the mantle. These hooks actually do hold quite a bit of weight. You will see me come back here and add 1 additional hook to this one on this side because I will be adding a lot of garland to this side to create the draping effect that I want. So this side is going to be the one that's going to hold the majority of the weight. This spot was a little tricky. I am wrapping a pipe cleaner around the garland. I also need to put an anchor hook in behind the mirror, so I am wrapping a pipe cleaner around the hook, and then I'm going to take the pipe cleaner from both the garland and the hook and then twist them together to make them tight. Then I can set the mirror back over on top of the pipe cleaner, and the mirror is actually very heavy, so it actually will give it a little bit of extra support as well. And then I was a little too lazy to get back up on the ladder because my body was really hurting at this point. So I was just, whatever I could find that was long enough to adjust this garland that was over the top of the mirror was what I was going to use. So here I know it looks like I am tying a string around a command strip, which, I mean, I kind of did do that just because there was one that was left there on the mantle, but it wasn't used for support. I just sort of needed an extra hand right there. So I tied it there knowing it would hold it long enough for me to get all of the pipe cleaner like kind of ran through and then twisted together. And sure enough, as I was getting everything secured, the command strip popped off. I knew it wouldn't hold the weight, but it worked for the time being to hold the weight of the garland so I could do what I needed to do. I've also gotten a few questions about where I got these stockings from, and I got them from Pottery Barn a few years ago. I used these sconces last year, but this year I wanted something a little bit more vintage inspired and not so heavy. So I took them off of their backing and I'm just placing them directly onto the wall. I wanted to do a vintage inspired gallery wall this year, and I was a little nervous going into it because I wasn't sure exactly how to do it and I wasn't exactly sure if I would like it. And I will say on camera, it's not nearly as pretty as it is in person, but that's okay. It's still really pretty. So I wasn't exactly sure, again, how to go about doing this. So I just sort of jumped right in. I have 2 of these music notes, one being my favorite, Oh Holy Night, that had to go on the wall. I wanted it to feel Christmas vintage inspired. So I took some of my old frames that I had that were a little bit more vintage like. I printed some vintage Christmas inspired prints off of Etsy, printed them off at CVS and popped them in the frame, and voila, I have a gallery wall. I do think it turned out pretty well though. And I just added some of these little $6 wooden presents also just to sort of make it feel a little bit more Christmassy.
And the snow is falling down. Honey, what you need in your eyes, that whole world disappears. 'Cause when I'm feeling down, you're there to love me right. Nothing compares to this. It's such a bliss, my only wishes. I don't need any.
I actually used these wreaths last year in the same spot but with a red bow, and these bows are the same that I have on my Christmas tree, and so it just gives an entirely different look.
You make it all okay.
I wanted a few spots in here to be a bit more kid-friendly, so I do have a few kids' books underneath one of my antique books, and then this Nutcracker winds up. And then this little Santa Claus is one of my smokers, so it's fun to watch. And then this little bell, that one is sentimental. That was my great-grandmother's, and it plays music as well. Going back in time to last night now, I'm just using some of these real fill Norfolk pine stems that actually are very similar to the ones that I used on my mantle, although these ones are from Front Gate. Then I'm using the real fill berry picks that I'm putting in right now. Those actually are the same as my garland, and those are from Kirkland's. And then I got these blueberry stems for $3 a piece at Target, and I'm just adding those in to make it feel a little bit more old time. I don't know, it feels a bit more vintage to me. And then this vase I've had a little while now, and I got it from Pottery Barn. And it is really versatile. I like it a lot. It has a lot of multi-tone colors in it that make it usable for all year round. I bought this marble checker set back about 6 months ago for my coffee table, and I really love it, but something about it just, I don't know, just felt like it fit the theme, so I decided to leave it there. I'm also putting down all of my son's favorite books that we like to read this time of year. I thought this would be a nice place to just have easy access to them. And then also we have our Christmas classics that we're keeping over here next to our Santa and Reindeer, which was our Christmas at Hogwarts, the Nutcracker, and of course the Night Before Christmas, as well as a bell that was my great-grandmother's and some brass dice. I also have some brass candle holders, and then I've been using a lot of these throughout my decorating. They're these little napkin rings, and they're just greenery that I got in their 99 cents at Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. And then some candles, and then a little DIY nutcracker that I have in a couple of various different places that I just stained. This candle cover I got from my dad a couple of years back when my brother and sister-in-law were stationed overseas in Germany, that he picked up from a Christmas market, and it's just really pretty, and you can see the angels when the light comes through. I bought these canisters last year on clearance from Kirkland's, and I thought they made the absolute perfect backdrop for my little carolers. It was like the perfect height, and they just looked very, Victorian. I don't know. I just thought they were so perfect. So I decided to use them over here instead of holding cookies this year. Here's my other 6-foot Nutcracker, Percy. Can't forget about him. And of course, Fiona. She has decided this is her new bed. I can't keep her off of it. I use a lot of throws on my couches. I really like to be able to just plop down and get cozy with a blanket. So, I don't know, I probably use more than the average person, but I just like the look of an overly comfy, cozy, inviting couch. Here's my completed vintage Christmas living room. I absolutely love it. It feels so warm and cozy, and I just love how everything is lit up, and it just feels nostalgic. That is the thing that I think I am loving most about it. I look around and I see so many items that are either from the past or remind me of my childhood, and it's just very comforting and peaceful. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to be back in a few days and we're going to have this whole open area completely finished up. It'll be the completion of my kitchen and my breakfast nook. And I am so excited because I get to decorate yet one more tree. So we will see you guys in a few days. Thanks, guys. Bye.